Everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to this channel and please turn on the notification button. Yes, the notification bell that you have down there. Please turn it on so that you would always be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much. This time around, I'll be talking about how teachers can avoid being biased when grading their students. In my previous video, I talked about why teachers are biased when grading their students. Now, this time around, I'll be talking about how teachers can avoid being biased. In that previous video that I made, I said that being biased when grading students usually have lasting consequences. Yes, it usually has lasting consequences on students. It usually discourages students. When a student realizes or discovers that his or her teacher is being biased. When a student realizes that a particular teacher is being biased when it comes to grading, such a student would be discouraged. And when we are being biased, it usually sends a message to our students that their efforts do not meet the mark. That means that our students would believe that no matter how much they try, no matter what they do, no matter the number of efforts that they put in, they would still be unable to meet the mark. That's because students that do not even put in much effort would always get more than they do. So it is actually not good. Yes, as I said in that video, this bias thing is a universal thing. Everybody is biased in one way or the other. We usually favor one person or the other. We usually like one person more than the other. Yes, we do that. However, there are ways of preventing it. There are ways of making it minimal. There are ways of avoiding it. Likewise, when it comes to the school system, teachers need to really find the means of preventing it. We have to put in our best efforts so that we would avoid being biased when it comes to grading our students, so that we would not discourage our students. And how exactly can we avoid being biased? The first thing that a teacher should learn how to do is to cover the names of students. Yes, when we are about to mark our students' answer sheets, answer booklets, or their notes, whether exercise book, their assignment notes, we should cover the names. Yes, we should cover the names of the students before we start marking, before we start grading. When we do that, yes, we tend to mark freely and we tend to avoid being biased in our marking. By doing that, we do not know the name of the owner of the answer sheet, answer booklet. So we mark freely, we mark openly, and we avoid being biased. That also usually helps. So teachers should cultivate this habit. Teachers should make use of this kind of method when they mark their students' answer sheets, answer booklets, or notes. And another thing that we could do is to use students' personal identification number. Instead of the names that we use in schools generally nowadays, aside from the higher institution now, in secondary schools, primary schools, we identify our students by their names. Why not make use of personal identification numbers? This help too. This can help our students help our teachers to avoid being biased when grading. Yes, when we make use of personal identification numbers, we wouldn't know the owner of a number or the owner of another number. So we would be able to mark normally without being biased. So we can start making use of identification numbers for our students in secondary schools so as to mark accurately. Another thing that we could do is to make our students write their names at the back of the last page. Instead of doing the normal thing that everybody does, where students would have to write their names at the first page or on the first page of their answer booklet, their answer sheets, their notes. Why not do something different? Why not make our students write their names at the back or on the last page of their notes, their books? Yes, when they do that, at least by the time we pick up their answer sheet, their answer booklet, we wouldn't know the owner of the answer sheet or answer booklet, and then we mark and we avoid being biased. And lastly, another thing that we could do is we should mark they are grade the same section. Yes, it is better to grade the same section or the same question for all the students at the same time. Yes, that one is also good. When you mark the same question, for example, if in an examination we give our students, let's say, five questions, or let me make use of English language now. English language, when it comes to the theory aspects, we have the essay, we have the summary, we have the comprehension. I'm talking about the senior classes now. When we want to mark that part, that theory aspect, now we could decide to mark the essay first, and then when we decide to mark the essay first, let's make sure that we mark the essays of all the students at the same time. Once we mark essay for one student, let's pick up the essay of another student, and then the essay of another student, till we finish marking all the essays before moving to another section, which is, let's say, comprehension or summary. We could continue by doing that of the summary, and then we mark all the summary answers of the students, then we pick up that of comprehension, mark all. By doing that, we would avoid being biased, because when we do that, we wouldn't know the overall marks that the students have been able to get. But if we decide to mark everything at the same time for a student, we mark the essay, we mark the summary, we mark the comprehension of a particular student. That is when we would start calculating. It seems this student didn't pass this theory aspect too. Let me think of a way of boosting the students' marks. But if we do not do that, if we mark essay for all the students at once, summary for all the students at once, and comprehension for all the students at once, we would avoid boosting the marks of a student or the other. Well, I hope you have learned from this video. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like this video and turn on the notification button there. Yes, please share this video. Thank you so much for watching.